Okay, so this is a question that seems like everyone, I don't know, a lot of people are talking about. Is capitalism evil by nature or no?
Um, no, I get why people would say that. I feel like capitalism is just people taking advantage of like their resources, and a lot of people make the arguments like taking advantage of other people, but it's like it's a choice really. Like, fuck, I don't know. I'm like thinking of how to phrase this.
No pressure, bro.
I think that people hate capitalism because it's so like generational, like it builds up over time, and that's why there's like a lot of monopolies and like bigger companies. But I think if everyone like, what's up, Tommy?
What are you doing?
Little interview. I thought I might as well. I got like 30 minutes before class.
Nice.
I think if like everything reset right now, people would be a lot more supportive of capitalism. I think for a lot of people, it's just the fact that their families didn't get in on it like 50 years ago, so now they're kind of stuck in the system, which from that perspective I get, like it's fucked, but you know there's two sides to every story, and it's like I think if a family's been working hard at a family business for a long time, it shouldn't really be like demonized. Like that's their hustle, you know.
Fair enough. So, but is someone who's born into a impoverished family, are they capable of making their way?
Yeah, I mean anyone's capable of making their way, but it definitely is. If you're born into a disadvantaged situation, like your family doesn't have money, your family doesn't have a stable income, or maybe some like one of your parents leaves early on in your childhood. Those are all disadvantages, and those are like kind of luck of the draw things that definitely do make your life way harder, and it really is like unfair. But at the same time, you can't like hold that against people that weren't born into a bad situation and weren't born into, you know, you can hold out frustration, but you can't hold it against like the actual people, I think, which is what a lot of people do.
Okay, so it's a lot harder to get ahead if you're born into a poorer family.
Yeah.
But it's not impossible, you would say.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not impossible, and it definitely makes you a stronger person. Like that's, I come from a like pretty well off. We're immigrants, and our money we made here, and we definitely like didn't grow. We grew up like overseas pretty well off, but when we came to America, we didn't really have anything. So I've watched like my dad build up a company, and it's not like it's not like some $50 million company or anything, but it's definitely like there's a lot of people that make it from a bad place, and I think it's unfair to say that just because someone's born at the bottom doesn't mean they can't make it to the top. And I think that people who hold themselves to that limit, it's like a cap that you're putting on yourself if you're like, well, I was born in this situation, I can't make it out.
Fair enough. So, because the dream really is that America could be a place for anyone to succeed. It's kind of like a meritocracy.
Yeah.
Like merit is prioritized.
Yeah.
And so I hope that there's not too many limitations placed on people that are born into a bad circumstance. Obviously there are.
Yeah.
I don't know, what does it take for someone to be, this is kind of not philosophical at all, but like what does it take for someone who is born into a bad family situation to make their way? Like what does that take?
It takes a lot of luck, honestly, and it takes a lot of like people that are born into like shitty situations. A lot of the time, if they're born into like a poor neighborhood, those types of environments, everyone is competing. What makes it so hard is that everyone's competing like over each other, and a lot of times people push each other down. So there's definitely an element of like fuck, I'm trying to think of the word. I don't know what word I'm looking for. I'm like
hierarchy?
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like a hierarchy. Everyone's just trying to get on top, and fuck me, I like forgot your question. Sorry, I'm like thinking about my class right now.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it.
What was your question?
I can tell you that. Do you have a phone to tell the time, just to make sure?
I'm not like worried about missing this class. It's a lecture, so I'm chilling. I just like forgot what the question was.
Oh yeah, no. My question was just like, what does it take for someone who's born in a bad circumstance to get ahead in a capitalist society?
Definitely takes a lot of luck. Like,
I mean, it probably takes a lot of work though.
No. Yeah, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of grit. It takes a lot of like follow through, but a lot like it's undeniable. Anyone who's made it will tell you like, if I wasn't lucky, I wouldn't make it. Like that's like a lot of my friends' parents. I've had the conversation with them about this and like going through life, and everyone will say like, if you just keep working, opportunities will come. But for something to like strike, it takes luck. But at the same time, people that don't take those opportunities never get that luck. Like,
okay, so maybe it's something like working hard enough to be in the correct position where you can get lucky.
Yeah, because anyone can get lucky, but if you don't seize the opportunities that are given to you, like,
that makes sense.
You're just not gonna go anywhere.
Okay, so but it's not like point blank just an exploitative system. Because a lot of people just like to say it's exploitative.
Well, capitalism by nature is exploitative of like employees, but a lot of it also.
Think so?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's one person. It doesn't have to be, but almost all of the time it is, because the person at the top was there from the beginning, and a lot of the times people get the mentality that like, these are my employees, and this wage that they get, although these employees like hold up my entire business, this wage that they get is like fair, even if it's like $13 an hour.
They're the one that created the business, right?
Yeah, like you're talking about the owner. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But kind of.
Like, wouldn't those people not have jobs if the guy didn't create the business?
That's the argument. But I'm saying that's what I'm saying. There's definitely fair businesses, and there's definitely fair people.
And there's unfair businesses.
Yeah, but at the same time, then there's also employees who expect too much, and employees that think they deserve more because they put in a lot of time. But it's like, if you're just putting in a lot of time and you're not like helping the business, it's kind of just like you're kind of just making the clock work, you know.
Fair enough. So, I guess let's try to take a bigger picture look. Let's even like encapsulating economics, but not just economics, like culture, everything. What is the gas that society runs on? If we're, talking about an analogy of it being a car, like what society? Sorry, what gas does it run on?
Society.
Like what is?
Well,
no, not society. Like what is the gas that society runs on?
Yeah.
What is it made of?
I mean, money. Like, that's what everyone wants, and then the people that have a lot of it just spend it stupidly and kind of make everyone below them mad, and then people want more of it. It's just like a cycle of like, yeah, that's just what the cycle is. It's like people at the top have too much of it, people at the bottom have too little of it, and that just creates anger at the bottom and like negligence at the top, because the people at the top don't want to like
don't care to work.
They don't care, which is like, from their perspective, like I kind of get that, but at the same time, like you gotta understand both sides of the coin.
Okay, so money. So I like to think that money is a token of hard work and merit. Like in a correct economic system, someone who receives like money would have something they would have something valuable to give other people in order to receive that money, right?
Yeah.
Because that's why money was.
Yeah, it's like an exchange of goods.
Yeah. So like, if money is this kind of placeholder for what society runs on, is in a good economic system, and you can tell me if we're in a bad one, but money should hold like value. It should be a marker of someone producing value. So would you say that society is ran by I don't know, producing value for other people, or is that too optimistic?
When I say society is ran by producing value for other people, I think it's producing value for yourself. It's like, what do you mean? What kind of? I don't understand that.
Yeah, I'll try to explain it better.
Yeah.
So, my concept of money in a correct economic system, in the sense that it seems to be working, what I would say, like working properly.
Oh, like does does the amount of money someone have like equate to their benefit to the society kind of situation?
Something like that.
Yeah, I can.
So would you say that that's at all how society works now?
No, but that's also then not taking into, like, you're not taking factors like most of not the richest people, but a lot of the people, like when someone says someone's rich, most people picture someone who's in the entertainment industry making music, and I think if you're looking at it from that perspective, people aren't going to take like recreational or like entertainment as like a valuable thing to society, even though that's like really what keeps every person in our age group listen, like most people listen to rap, listen to country, listen to all this music. But if you ask like an older person that question, they'd probably think of like a politician or something. So I think that question, like, does the amount of money they have equate to their benefit?
Theoretically, the musician would be adding value to society because they're making good music, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is it's subjective. Like, good music is like I don't like country, I don't like Morgan Wallen, but like everyone else does, you know.
But do you think like somebody making music that other people like is a benefit? Like, it's a good thing for that to be the case? Like, we should reward that financially?
I think yes, but I'm trying to think of it from like not my perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to speak from your own perspective.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to put like a broader. I think yeah, that's something that should be rewarded. But I like.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little distracting.
You almost got it from more than a couple.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like definitely, yeah, it's people that do that deserve to get paid. I don't know if they deserve to get paid as much as they do. Definitely. I mean, but then same thing with politicians. Like some of those people are just literally actually printing money, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So there's obviously going to be some corruption in the institutions that we have. I don't know, but you think as of like, I don't know, what is the word I'm trying to say? Like by large or like bigger picture, it's a pretty good system. Like, it doesn't need to be torn down and replaced.
Yeah, because to have someone at the top, you need people at the bottom. That's just how it's gonna be. And if you want to live in a society that's not like that, then everyone's gonna be unhappy and everyone's gonna have the same stuff. And if everyone has the same stuff, then like no one really has anything. I feel like, you know, like you're never gonna have successful people who make a lot of money if you don't have poor people that are working for them, realistically, unless you're working on like a farm situation or like much more
and some people,
simple living.
If we're going by and I know you got to take off like pretty soon, right?
I got it.
Yeah. So some people would say that if the dichotomies is between rich people and poor people, or everyone has the same stuff, they're like, oh, well, of course I'd want everyone to have the same stuff. And I think the question is would that even actually work?
No, it wouldn't work. Because,
and why wouldn't it work?
Because like commodity is what makes people want something, you know. If everyone has the same stuff, nobody wants it. And if no one has something, if no one has something, then everybody wants it, you know. That's I guess that's what fame is, that's what money is. It's just like a seesaw. Like, it's just teeter-totters of like someone has money, person on the other side wants it, and it's never going to be even. If it's even, it's nothing.
Yeah, it is true that we have a lot of policies that actually are only designed to move money around the economy to try to keep it moving, you know, and so I think the seesaw analogy does do some work there. Do you have to leave right now?
I don't want to go to this class. I gotta do one more. I'll do one more question.
Okay. Yeah, man. So I guess we should build off of what we're talking about. But maybe not, and maybe we've exhausted that to some degree. So maybe I'll just ask, like, can evil people say correct things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Evil people can say correct things. Evil people can do good things. I think what makes someone evil is if they do something bad despite knowing it's bad. If a evil person does something good, that doesn't make them good necessarily, but you gotta be able to discern the action from the person, you know. It's kind of like how people say.
So someone is evil because they do something evil knowing it's evil. That's what makes them that way?
they know it's, I think it's someone is evil if they do something. Oh, that is a hard. I think someone is evil if they do something that can be objectively viewed as a net negative for everyone involved.
Okay.
Like
Even if they think it's good.
Yeah, that's where I think someone would be. Yeah, even if they think it's good, because that just means that there's something up with that person, like individually, you know. But at the same time, it's like, who am I to say, you know? Like, if I was in a society of evil people, they would think I'm evil. So, I don't know. It's a good question.
Do you think there's objective evil and objective good? That isn't just relative to the society?
There's definitely objective. There's not objective evil or objective good. There's not objective anything, but there is.
What about the Nazis?
Well,
are they objectively evil? What about slavery?
Yeah, that's evil, but that's evil by my standards. Like, people at the time.
Okay.
Oh, it's such a hard.
So if someone thought it wasn't evil, would they have just as much of a stake in that?
It doesn't. If you're doing something, evil is just such a bad word. Evil is just such a bad word because it's like.
Yeah.
But I guess what other word would you use? Like horrible, maybe? I don't know.
Hey man, I know you wanted to hop on. I think Lev is.
I'm about to head out. Yeah, that's
he's
all
gonna
you.
Head out at some point.
Damn, yeah.
So why is evil a bad word to use?
I think evil because it's so subjective, like to label someone as evil. But then there is people like Hitler.
Yeah.
But like, oh, this is gonna sound so bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hitler's dog didn't think he was evil, you know, like Hitler's little golden retriever thought he was the goat.
But
so it's like.
But like he probably like you wouldn't say Hitler wasn't evil, but you're saying that's only from your perspective.
Yeah, I'm saying like. No, but Hitler was evil from everyone's perspective. Hitler was just a bad guy.
But what about like the Nazis that followed?
Okay, I will say Nazis were fucked. I think a lot of the generals were definitely like evil, but at the same time, a lot of them, what choice? Like foot soldiers, like.
Yeah, like they were kind of stuck.
Yeah, you're brainwashed. It's kind of the environment you're raised in. Yeah. I think for that situation, what constitutes evil isn't necessarily all the soldiers, but it's the system the people that built the system, you know, the people on top of the soldiers, the people commanding them to do the things.
Okay.
But also, it's not an excuse for obviously to be a Nazi soldier.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a complex question.
Yeah, it is. But do you think that there's a concept of evil that stands alone from an individual's perspective on evil? Like, evil kind of stands above all of us, and we are either good or evil by a subjective standard outside of ourselves? Or is it just based on like?
I think that's where people start to get into like religion and like, you know, it's kind of where a lot of religion stems from, is like objective evil.
So you think that you can't have that without religion?
No, I'm saying that's what a lot of religion is based off, is an objective sin or an objective evil. I'm saying it's a separate thing, but that's kind of what a lot of religion stems from, is like avoiding this like one evil, when in reality I think evil is like, it's like a perception of someone, you know. It's not like an actual thing that someone can be. It's what people think of that person, you know.
Yeah. So you wouldn't say it's objective outside of ourselves, because that might be the realm of religious thinking.
Yeah. Not well. I'm not saying that because it's outside the realm of religious thinking. I was just more pointing out the fact that's kind of where.
It's in the realm of religious thinking, you wouldn't say it just because of that, but you just think that.
No, I'm saying more. Like, evil is not an objective thing. You can label someone as evil, but that's from your perspective. Like obviously to them, they're like, the way they see things makes sense to them, you know, and they might think you're evil, they might think you're good.
Yeah.
But I was saying more like, when you start labeling things as evil, that's where a lot of that like religious conflict comes in, where people start. That's where a lot of the argument starts, is where people are like, how can you say that these things are like wrong to do? These things are actually evil, you know?
Yeah. It's just tricky if we don't have an objective evil, because then if every single person in the society
thought
slavery was good, then it just would be good, right? Because no one thinks it's bad.
Well, no, because slavery. Well, yeah. If everyone in society thought slavery was good, then slavery would be good. But I'm saying.
But why should that? Like, are you ready to swallow that bullet? Like, is that something you want to accept?
Whoa. No, I'm just joking.
Well, I'm not saying that like you have to believe this or that, but I'm
No, but-
saying like would.
Well,
Like, is that a situation you'd be willing to accept? Like, slavery just being good because everyone in society thinks it is?
I think if everyone in society thinks it is, including enslaved people, then it's not an issue. But that was the whole issue, is that it was horrible conditions, unpaid.
Okay, that's fair.
Like,
What if they just kill all of them?
well, then there's no slavery.
Well, is that a good thing that they did?
No, that'd be. That's what I'm saying. That's,
Okay.
it's like, if that did happen and there was only white people in America,
Yeah.
then we'd be like, that was a good thing, because that's what
Yeah.
we would all believe and be raised on. Because
But are you sure there's no like innate conscience that would say this is bad even if no one else thinks so?
well, that's what I'm saying, is everyone has this innate conscience. That's why that's why the large majority of people are able to like look at someone and say that person does bad things, that person
Yeah.
does evil
So
things.
is that innate conscience just based on our environment, or is that something that everyone has? There's something consistent about that in everyone.
It's something consistent about it in everyone, but that's when, if someone has something wrong with them mentally, like
Psychopath.
like a psychopath, like
Yeah.
that's where people like truly start bordering on
Yeah.
that subjective evil line.
But you would say something's wrong with them, right? It's
Yeah,
like
it is an abnormality. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with those people, but and then that's what I'm saying, from their perspective, a lot of them can't even recognize that something is wrong, but to them it makes sense. So
Okay. So if everyone has this collective conscience that's something consistent among like
it's not
across everyone.
it's not a collective conscience, but it's more of like a evolutionary, like humans are, we've lived in groups,
So
and
it's an evolutionary mechanism.
yeah, it's all an evolutionary mechanism. Like all of it is based off just humans living in groups, and like what works, certain emotions that consistently work are just hammered into our minds, and like, certain perceptions of actions, like killing your own mom would not fly in a tribe, would not fly in
Sure.
today's society, but like
Yeah.
killing an animal is fine,
Okay. So something like when people, what would you say when someone like you give something to someone and they give it back, or they give something else back? It's like all goodness is it starts with an R. It's like I forget the word. I hate forgetting words.
That's fucked. Sorry to hear that.
But it's like all good just comes from just wanting something in return, kind of like.
No, I don't think all good does. I think if you mean in the sense of like physically getting something in return, no, but I think all good actions are usually performed to benefit someone or something, like.
I'll remember that word at some point.
It's alright. Dude, I'm
You
late
good?
as fuck for class. I can't even lie.
It's good talking to you.
Yeah,
I hope you
thank
enjoyed
you.
the conversation.
What's your name?
I appreciate you coming by.